Hi guys, what's up? Welcome. How's it going? For today's video, it is so beyond beautiful outside. It's sunny, it's gorgeous, 55 degrees. I know for some of you it might be like freezing, but for me, I'm like, yes, I'll take it. Like this is good weather for March for New York. Very happy about that. Anyways, for today's video, I still have my hair like keratin treated in a way, like I still didn't wash it. So tonight I'm gonna wash it, but for now it's in a bun, like living its life because it feels like a doll's head, like I mentioned in my other video. But anyways, for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a yes, no, maybe so. I decided that I'm going to do this video every other Monday, so definitely stay tuned for every other Monday to see like what's in my yes section, what's in my no section, and what's in my maybe section. I'll have my previous yes, no, maybe so video down below in the description box, and then also on Friday, yeah, I did a Sephora haul where I purchased a bunch of items that I spoke about in my previous yes, no, maybe so. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll have that video linked down below as well. Link down below, yeah, okay. All right, so I have about 10-ish items to speak to you guys about, a few items per category. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's start off with something that's in my definite yes section. This right here is from Sugar Pill, and this is their new eyeshadow palette. So they released this one, which is retailing for $42. It's so cute because like it's in a capsule type of form. There are like about 10 eyeshadows that are included in here. I feel like this palette just looks very different, very innovative, fun, cutesy. I'm all for like that, you know, type of package, and this definitely is providing something that's very different, something that we've never seen. I also kind of like that half of it is clear and half of it doesn't have that clear window to it, so you're kind of in for a rough ride and surprise. But yeah, this palette looks really cute. I mainly want it for the packaging, but also I feel like the color story is kind of unique, a little bit all over the place, and I'm thinking like, will I be able to create looks with this? But I think in a way it's gonna challenge me, and I definitely do want to pick this up for $42. I don't think it's that bad, and I don't own anything from Sugar Pill. I know that they do really well with their liquid lipsticks and their like colored shadows. Like they're very known for like their like crazy color shadows, and I definitely want to be a part of that life. So I do want to pick this up. I think it's available on Ulta's website. Then I realized that they released another little pill, and I'm like, whoa, so cute. And a part of me is kind of feeling like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to collect all of them. I do like the color story of this one a little bit more. It's the C2 capsule collection pill, so basically the second edition. It's available on Ulta's website already. I like the fact that this one includes a nice amount of brown, so you can kind of throw that in the crease. And then there are a decent amount of lighter, colorful, metallic shades that you could throw on the lids. So very multifunctional, I should say. I think it would also pair really well with the other capsule palette. And I just love how cutesy the packaging is. I can't get over how adorable it is. So I do want to pick this up, and this will also be retailing for $42. Also, I love the fact that the outer packaging is orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so need. The next thing that's in my no section is this. This is from Huda Beauty. These are the mini, what are these called exactly? Pastels Obsessions palettes. Now, my channel is definitely not drama-like. I don't like to be associated with that or part of that, but I feel like there's so much drama surrounding this launch. But I do have to say that I just want to make sure that everyone knows that Huda Beauty is actually the first one who came out with these 9-pan baby palettes. ColourPop copied allegedly Huda, if you want to be more technical about it. I just kind of feel like ColourPop did like, you know, that fast release of all of their palettes, so it kind of looks like they were on the game first. But at the end of the day, Huda really was the one who released her palettes first, these little ones. Now this is in my no section, not because I have the ColourPop ones and I'm like, oh my god, I don't need this one, because these actually look stunning. They look really pretty. But I'm actually not the biggest fan of the Huda 9-pan palettes. I've mentioned that quite a few times on my channel here. I really feel like the formula is very different than her bigger palette, especially with the metallics in there. I feel like they're very thick. Like it has a very thick feel to it, and then it kind of blends out not in the easiest way on the eye, and I'm just not about that. And then the mattes in there are a bit more drier, to me at least. So because I don't like her other 9-pan palettes, these like intrigue me to an extent, but it's not the type where I'm like, okay, yeah, I really want it. I'm okay not to have it, especially because they are retailing for $29, and at the end game, I do have the ColourPop ones. And I do like the color stories in there a bit more, but these are still really pretty. I like that there's like a marbleized shade in each palette. It kind of adds a vibe to the palettes. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and skip out on these. I'm gonna talk about the next thing that's in my maybe section. This right here is from Makeup Revolution. Where are you? One second. So Makeup Revolution also went ahead and released these 9-pan palettes. So I guess one could say they copied Huda or like ColourPop and all of that. At the end of the day, who doesn't copy who? You know, like everyone does what everyone else does, I feel like, to the most part. I mean, there are brands who don't, but I feel like there are a lot of brands who do. Anyways, these palettes definitely remind me of like the ColourPop palettes. They have like a pink one, a red, green, blue, purple, and like a more neutral type of palette. I like how each pan is in like a heart shape. Very cute. These are more affordable than the ColourPop ones, going for $9 each. I know that the ColourPop ones are $12 each, so $3 cheaper. $3 is still $3. The reason why these are in my maybe section is because I actually kind of want to see, compared to the ColourPop ones, which one is better. But at the end of the day, I haven't really used a ton for Makeup Revolution, and a part of me kind of wants to just start off with maybe these little palettes. Maybe do like a look where on one eye I use a ColourPop palette, and then the other eye I use a Makeup Revolution palette. I don't know, these are very cute. I'm into these, and I like the fact that they're very, very affordable. I think price plays a huge role. If the Huda ones would have been 15 each, there would have been a better chance of me being like, okay, yeah, maybe I'm gonna get it, even if I kind of have these color stories. But at 29 each, you know, not really. So anyways, yeah, so for the Makeup Revolution, I don't know, I'm kind of interested in those. That's gonna be my maybe section. Now moving on to something that is in my yes section, but don't kick my butt just because I'll tell you why. So this is from ColourPop, and this is the new Sailor Moon ColourPop collection. I feel like every single soul has been talking about this collection. Now I will tell you guys, I've never watched Sailor Moon, or at least I don't think so. I know I watched Caillou. I know I watched Molly and the Big Comfy Couch, Blue's Clues. Those were like my younger days. And then, I mean, Disney was always part of my life since I was a baby. And then, I don't know, I want to say I used to watch Arthur. What else? You know what I'm saying? But Sailor Moon does not ring a bell. Pokemon I used to watch as well. Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes I didn't really love Yu-Gi-Oh! As much. My brother loved it though. But yeah, Sailor Moon was not a show that I watched, and I'm kind of like, am I missing out on something? Was this a thing? Apparently it is. I know a lot of you guys were asking me if I'm gonna pick this up, and even if I haven't watched Sailor Moon, I still kind of want this collection just because I really, really love the color story. I feel like there's a really nice amount of light shades that are included in here that you can kind of throw in the crease, throw on a nice nude lip, and you're ready for spring. You know what I mean? Like, this just screams spring for me. There's a nice selection of mattes and metallics in the palette. I also really like the lip bundles because they're really nice neutrally type of shades, and you guys know I love those kind of colors. The blushes, there are 2 blushes that are included in the collection as well, also very, very pretty. One corally shade and one more like cool tone pink, and then we get 2 face glitters, which I have a decent amount of, so those I probably won't pick up, but everything else in the collection really, really speaks to me, and the packaging is just so damn cute. I know it has like moons on the inside of the palette, and like it's holographic in a way. So yeah, this is currently sold out on ColourPop's website, but as soon as it comes back, I do want to pick it up because I want to be part of it. I do. Okay, moving on to the next thing. This right here is going to be in my no section, just because I kind of feel like it's going to end up being a TJ Maxx, and I'd rather get it for much more cheaper. Plus, I feel like it's a very neutral palette, and I'll tell you why. So it's the Too Faced Born This Way palette. I think it's what it's called. It's basically an all natural eyeshadow palette. It includes a nice amount of metallics, a nice amount of mattes. I think this is beautiful. It really is absolutely stunning. A perfect day-to-day palette. I know that Jeffree Star is releasing a neutral palette, like a natural palette, later on this year, so I definitely, like, if I had to choose one, I think I'd probably choose that one just because his formula is always spot on. With Too Faced, I feel like it could be hit and miss. But then besides for that, I feel like this might end up being a TJ Maxx for half off. I think this is retailing for $42, so it's probably going to be around $20, $25. But then also, I'm thinking to myself, a lot of these shades look so similar. I do like the fact that there are a nice amount of transition shades. You can kind of mix and match this palette with a different palette, but using this exclusively on its own, how different are the looks gonna really look, you know? I like to know that I have a palette that I could use it in many different ways and know that I can create different looks, even if there are similar shades. But with this palette, I just kind of feel like with the metallics, like all those look so similar. Throwing each one on the lid, I feel like the look will look the same, you know? So I don't really want to spend the 40 something dollars on this, even though this is at the end of the day beautiful. My only exception for this, like to pick up would be, does that make sense? If it's at TJ Maxx. So yeah, and if it's not at TJ Maxx, then I probably won't pick it up. It might end up going on sale even on Too Faced websites. So maybe then I'd be like, okay, maybe. But yeah, it's definitely in my no section for now. But yeah, it's no. It's gonna be a no. Moving on to the next thing, this right here is in my maybe section. So Benefit recently released this Cheek Stars palette. So basically includes 5 different powders as well as a brush. It includes the Dallas powder, Sugar Bomb, Cookie highlighter, which I love. I'm actually wearing it on my face today. It's stunning. Their new blush in Georgia, and then the Hula bronzer. And then they're also going to be releasing this trio, which is going to include Georgia blush, Sugar Bomb blush, and then Hula bronzer. So for me, I definitely feel like the bigger palette looks beautiful, but at the same time, I just kind of feel like I just never really travel with it because it is more on the larger side. I personally would have loved if they would have made a trio with the new Georgia blush, the Sugar Bomb blush as well, and then the Cookie highlighter. I feel like they are not including the Cookie highlighters in these trios because they know they're going to sell really well, and the other products are not going to sell, and they're not going to make that money that they need to make. So for me, it's kind of like, ugh. Because the Cookie highlighter is honestly everything. It's so gorgeous on the face. It applies like a dream. So yeah, for the trio, I probably won't pick that up. And then for the bigger palette, also I'm thinking to myself, even though it has a Cookie highlighter, I would love to travel with this. I've owned a few of these like bigger palettes from Benefit in the past, but I don't necessarily run out to buy them ASAP just because of the fact that yeah, I just don't travel with them. And the reason why I would love to have this is because I would love to grab and go, not think, you know, like, because Hula's in there, Cookie's in there and everything, but it's just so big to take in a way, you know. So for me, I think I'm just going to end up purchasing the Georgia blush on its own. I do have the Cookie highlighter on its own and I love it. It probably won't be something that I'm going to travel with, but maybe I'll get the Georgia blush in the small baby size. I did that with the California blush, and it's one of my favorite corally blushes ever, and I sometimes do take that with me traveling. So for these products, did I say it's going to be my maybe section? I think that just it's going to be end up being a no, and I'll just do a yeah for the Georgia blush. The next thing that I wanted to speak to you guys about is something that is in my no section. This is the Physicians Formula Rosé All Day collection. So it is a collaboration. It basically includes a highlighter, a blush, 4 eyeshadows, which are beautiful actually, a lip product, and then a perfume, which looks pretty good, I have to say. I think that this whole collection is stunning. I could totally get down with the shades. They look like they're very wearable, you know, day to night kind of colors, and I'm about that. Plus the perfume looks good. But the reason why I don't want to pick this up is because I feel like the packaging is so bulky, and like it's like a big box, you know, for something that could have been maybe a bit thinner. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all into that like bulky packaging if there's a vibe to it. Like I love the Jeffree Star bulkier packaged products. What else? There's so many other brands who have like that bulky packaging, right? And I'm okay with that. The reason why this one kind of just is not part of that bulky life is because of the fact that the lip product and the perfume comes out, but then you still have like the face powders in there, and it just kind of looks like empty-ish and just like very not multifunctional. Do you know what I mean? I can't see myself pulling out the perfume and lip product and then going back to the palette to use it if there's 2 empty slots. It just, I don't know, wouldn't sit well with me. I don't know, I just don't feel okay with that. So I kind of would have wished if they would have maybe just kept the perfume and the lip product in there, and then maybe made like a small thin palette to put in there. But then you have the option to take all the pieces out and not have it in this bulkier box package type of thing. The shades, like I said, are so beautiful, and I know I can create beautiful looks with this, but at the same time, like realistically, will I pull this out? Will I gravitate towards it? 95% of the time, probably not. So it's 20 bucks, so not that expensive. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip out on it. Okay, now moving on to the final product that is in my yes section. This right here is a Wet n Wild palette in collaboration with what's his name, one second, Bretman Rock. I don't really watch him, I'm not subscribed to him. I know that he does make like funny videos on Instagram, but that's pretty much all I know like about him. So this is a palette that he collaborated with Wet n Wild. It's retailing for $14.99, and this really intrigues me. Honestly, whether it's a collaboration with him or not, I just love the color story. I'm just so like kind of proud of Wet n Wild for releasing something like this. We haven't seen much from Wet n Wild like this, and it just like, I love the color story. I think that they'll perform nicely because they're in collaboration with someone. I feel like it's gonna, you know, be like up there in quality. I know that this already released in store. I haven't been lucky to find it yet. But I like the fact that this palette includes, again, a nice amount of neutrals, but then pops of colors as well, so you can kind of mix and match. I'm really curious to see how it's going to perform for a drugstore palette, because I do like Wet n Wild's other palettes, like the one that comes in like that plasticky package, you know. Those are really nice. They're not like breathtakingly amazing, but I think that they're pretty good for the price tag. So this retailing for $14.99, I'm curious to see if it's going to be just like those palettes, better, if it's going to give me like a high-end feel. Like what is the vibe going to be like? And I think this would look really great going into like the spring and summer months especially. Every day, all day. Okay, the beeping decided to stop. I see that there are other products that are also available in the collection. So we also have the lip glosses, which are retailing for $4.99, a loose highlighter duo, which is $7.99, and then a 3-in-1 face mist. Oh my goodness, everything looks amazing. So yeah, I think I want to pick up everything because I love the affordable price tag. The Wet n Wild glosses are actually really nice. I've tried a few in the past, so I'm hoping this is probably the same formula. And then the highlighter duo looks amazing. And then the mist, come on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's everything that is in my yes, no, maybe so section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, I'm going to be uploading these videos, God willing, every other Monday. So definitely stay tuned. I would absolutely love to know what's in your yes section, what's in your no section, what's in your maybe section for sure. And then also, if there's anything specific you guys want me to discuss in my next yes, no, maybe so video, then definitely keep me posted, and I could discuss it then, all right? Okay, I'm gonna go now and finish up my amazing Target bar. This is so good, by the way. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.